Okay.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hey, Colin, how are you? How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for letting me take it for the team because I laughed my ass off watching this show. Oh my
Good.
God. And I have to ask you, when you got the pitch, here you are, you're going to go into a room with nine other great, comedians from Canada, but you can't laugh. What were you thinking?
My life and career is built on being outside of my comfort zone. So I thought, well, this is going to be horrible, but
Yeah,
at least I'll be with people I know and enjoy. And it just has that add. And I love playing games.
right. Well, yeah.
According to my wife, I'm very competitive, though I don't know why she says that, but whatever. So
That's a whole other show, Colin.
it is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really is. So yeah, I thought it would be fun, and it was like at a perfect time where nothing was happening, and we'd just come out of I think we'd come out of lockdown. So hard to remember these things, but and it just felt like this will be a lot of fun and something I think I kind of need right now. I've done like a year and a half of Zoom shows to
Yeah.
no laughs, so I'm ready on that level. I'm
Right.
ready to the no laughter. Let's do it.
Okay, so I got to know. I mean, look, you've been doing this for a few years. You're one of our veteran comedians. I mean, we love you, but you see these people walking into the room, and as they're walking in, we got some stiff competition here.
Yeah.
Who were you most nervous about that you thought, oh God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold it?
Any one of them at any time could have done it. And I was worried about different Tom and Dave because they're old. So they know everything.
Yes.
They're jaded. They know how to find a weakness in someone and really exploit that. I was worried about the people I didn't know very well. I'd never met John before. And
Right.
Brandon I'd met, we did a radio show together. So I kind of knew, but didn't really know his comedy. So there was that part of, okay, I don't know what to expect from these people. I knew Caroline, I knew Deb, so I knew their stuff. They're
Yeah.
both very funny, almost insane, I would say. But
Right.
and Kay Trevor, lovely. Andrew, the last time I'd worked with him was in a improv show in either Edmonton or Calgary, and he was just about to leave to do this show called Kim's Convenience.
Oh yeah, some little show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the last time I saw him. So it was kind of cool just to see. And May, I'd never met them before, but we had become Twitter pals because I sort of reached out after seeing her show and just loving it.
Yeah.
And so there was a nice feeling, and I felt if I can just remember what the main rule of the game is, I should be okay. Because I know it's weird, but it's really easy to forget around hour 3 or 4.
Well, yeah, for sure. I can imagine that. And then what's up with Jay Baruchel? He gets to sit in his little man cave and
I
laugh his
know.
head off. What's up
And
with
judge.
that?
I never
Right?
realized how judgmental he was. I mean, we've done stuff together, but he'd always seemed kind. But he really became very kind of evil and power mad during this.
Yeah.
And my God, the swearing.
Yes. Yes. Little potty mouth, that boy. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, he does. I got to be careful if I interview him. I got to make sure because I'm going to have to bleep out the whole interview, I would think. But now I got to ask you, Colin, about this little puppet that you own. The Colin Mochrie / Colin Fior puppet. I kind of do see the resemblance of Colin. So what's the deal there?
It could also be stretched a little to Peter Mansbridge, too.
Yes, you're right. Yes, of course.
Anyone with this haircut. This was a person who obviously makes marionettes for a living, gave it to me when I was doing a show with Brad Sherwood. We've been touring for years.
Yeah.
And wherever we were, he brought this to me, and he'd done others for other comedians and people. So I just thought, wow, that's weird. I mean, it is odd to be given a kind of replica of yourself that's a marionette.
Yes, I would think.
And it's hard not to not play with it because I wonder what just for maybe projects you could do.
Sure.
Being a marionette,
puppet shows.
Different kind of a cop show. So I thought, well, this might be fun to bring along with me to see if this does anything. I mean, it's odd. I guess it's odd more than funny, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun. I like the talk show element of it. That was fun to watch that. Okay, so what's more nerve wracking or scarier when you're on stage performing and knowing that you have an audience out there who might not laugh, or walking into a room with these comedians and you're not allowed to laugh? What's scarier to you?
I think not walking into a group of comedians where you're not allowed to laugh is scarier. I mean, whenever you walk in front of an audience, there's always that thing of it may not happen tonight. So you're kind of used to that in a way.
Yeah.
There's walking into a comedian's, especially when you're there for a charity, you want to show yourself in a good. Well, I mean, there's no way you can show yourself in a good light because immediately you're doing everything shameless you can think of.
Of course.
There's no line you won't cross to make people laugh. It's very well, it's quite illuminating because I thought, oh, it's amazing how quickly I just went into, I don't care. I just want a laugh here.
Yeah.
Sad.
When did you first know you were a funny guy?
I always felt with friends I was amusing, but I was also very shy. I was a bookworm. My plan was to become a marine biologist, and a friend dared me to try out for the school play, and I got it, and I got my first laugh, and that's when, even now talking about it, I got little chills because I remember going, I want this.
Right.
Ever. So, and I'd always been sort of I'd been a big fan of comedy. I mean, growing up, I felt like I was watching television 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
But I was I loved all kinds of comedy from the early days of, Jack Benny and Bob Hope and Danny Kaye to Monty Python, SCTV.
Mm-hmm.
So it was sort of studying them and stealing some of their stuff and changing it slightly so people wouldn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's when
and then of course, like, legendary, whose line is it anyway? I mean, you still, like you say, you still go on tour, you still are connecting with these people and you do this and we love it. But that experience had to have really played in, I would think, for this show, like your improv experience, because you can just go off the rails with this show.
Yeah, it helped in many ways because, of course, when we're doing the show, it works if we're not laughing at each other on Whose Line all the time. And I don't really find the other guys particularly funny.
Oh yeah, they're hacks, Colin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it also helped me in that it helped me notice, like there would be, basically when we're doing Whose Line, the job is to get the scene going. We're not trying to destroy it.
Right.
But if you see weakness, you immediately go for it. If you see someone like almost cracking, that's when you smell the blood and you go in there. So I learned that from that show. And also because they are very funny, because everything is, it's chaos. You never know what's going to happen. Exactly. So you learn to sort of, at least for that moment, not laugh, just try to keep the scene going.
Yeah. What's coming up next after this great Prime Video show? What else are you going to give us?
A lot of touring. I've been touring with Brad Sherwood for the last 20 years. So we've been doing that. I tour with a hypnotist called Asad Mekhi, who hypnotized audience members, and then I improvise with them.
Amazing.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
And
that must be terrifying. Yeah.
And then stuff comes up. I just did a couple of Christmas movies. I just did finished a movie called The End of Sex, which anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Again, a whole other conversation. Yeah.
Yes. I was supposed to be totally nude for my entire part in this, but I quickly talked sense into them.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you. You just made my day today, Colin. And I have to say, I don't think I can ever make grilled cheese and think about grilled cheese in the same way ever again in my life.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's so lovely talking to you.
It's always lovely talking to you. Thank you. I hope you and your wife are well, and hopefully we'll see you in person sometime soon. It could happen soon. It could happen. Yeah.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Bye, Colin. Take care. Bye-bye.